Welcome everybody to the far side of the pod. My name is Jordan. We got Ridge
What's going on, everybody?
and we got Caleb.
Yep, everybody.
So it's been a nice, fun week for us here at the far side, I guess, for at least a couple of us. Ridge, go ahead and explain to the crew why we did not stream while we were in Nashville.
Yeah, so it's been a week to say the least for all of us. I think it's been fun, and it's also been in almost literal sense of pain because I got myself hurt while I was at work on Monday.
The night before
Uh,
we left for Nashville.
well, technically, I got that done the evening before. I ended up getting surgery done uh, the night before our concert. So what ended up happening, long story short, kind of, is I bashed the ever living crap out of my thumb, and also caught my middle finger in it. Bashed my thumb so hard though that I ended up the nail pretty much, well, didn't pretty much, it did rip out, but it was still dangling there, luckily.
Yeah.
So ended up having to get surgery done to get the stitches in. Ended up breaking the tip bone inside my thumb,
Mm.
and had to get 9 stitches for the thumb and one for my middle finger too. So yeah, that was a blast. Got all that. Got surgery. Got into surgery about 8, I'd say, or a little after 8, and then got out of surgery about 10. So it was a quick. It was a quick in and out surgery for myself, and luckily, that was as far as it went. As far as any damage to my thumb and my finger, as far as I know. So yeah, so we end up.
You should have known my surprise when I pulled up to pick him up. He walks out with this big old this big old rap cast on his hand, and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, what? Yeah, I was about to say, I bet
Yeah.
Rich was thinking, man, I'm glad Slater's driving.
Well, it wasn't a matter of fact of me not being able to drive. Well, let me rephrase it. I couldn't drive due to the doctor saying
Yep.
that I couldn't drive because I had just been put to sleep and they wanted the medicine to completely be out of my system, so I couldn't drive for 24 hours. So, Slater had to drive the whole way there and the whole way back. Really appreciate him for that.
No, it was a breeze. It was a breeze.
Yeah, luckily the traffic wasn't bad or anything on our way up or on our way back. Uh, but that is the reasoning why I was not able to, or we weren't able to go live, is because I was going to be the cameraman. And yeah, I can't hold a camera or my phone very in a very confident manner to be able to film with my right hand, because I am left-handed. So everything from playing video games to writing really well, anything that I normally would be doing left-handed, I cannot do at the moment to full extent. I can slightly write. I tried that out. Other than that, yeah. So that put a little bit of a stint into what we was wanting to do, but luckily we still had a really great time.
Oh yeah, it was a super fun time, man. Like I tell you, Caleb, if you ever get the chance, man, we need to take you to a Callboy show. That was a party, man.
Listen, if I could
Yeah.
take 20 people with me to go experience a concert, that's the concert I want them to experience.
Facts.
Like, you you can go to whatever concert and say you had a ball, you had a blast, it was the best thing ever. I gotta be honest, I don't know if a single concert can live up to what Electric Callboy did.
Nah, seriously, seriously.
And that comes from somebody that has seen his favorite band perform, live twice. Seeing people on stage that have really good high energy, but it still does not compare to what Electric Callboy had done and the amount of energy inside of that theater.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was going to say is like I've got to see arguably the greatest band of all time, Metallica. I've got to see my top 3 all time favorite bands all perform live. I got to see them all, and though they were all phenomenal, fantastic, no bad things about it. Electric Callboy, like the energy in that place was just through the roof. I'm talking about with how much people were getting it the entire show. You would think that they'd be so tired by the final, encore song, everybody'd be dead. But no, that show was just booming from the get go.
I think we could have went to like 2 a.m. or later off of that show.
No,
If they could have, we would have been there the whole time with them.
Callboy did a 2-hour set. Like, because there was 3 bands. One, Scene Queen, she was great. Not well, she was good. She did her thing, though it wasn't entirely our thing.
She was surprisingly well, to say the least.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to throw any shade towards this chick. She surprised me.
Yeah, she definitely surprised us.
After she gets out on stage, at first when she got out on stage, you thought, okay, because the best way to describe her, without you looking her up, is she's, from a distance, she is a girl that you went to high school with, and you can pinpoint exactly her demeanor out.
Yeah.
From the crowd, but I mean, after that, she did have some surprising moments because I didn't expect certain things from her. Not saying that I didn't think that she couldn't do it,
It's just her
screams
are more brutal than I thought they would be.
Oh yeah, I think that was a big thing. Was a lot of her screams, a lot of what she brought vocal wise was kind of surprising.
Now, a lot of the points behind her songs were just like, oh, okay.
Well, that's where to me I dock the points a little bit because they're all. I can't figure out the best way to say it.
I'm gonna kill this dude because I'm a woman, and it's not like not meaning that in like a oh that's bad because of that, but it was just like I felt like all her songs were about the same thing.
Kind of, yeah. Her songs were very much so in line with all the same thing. It felt like.
She called her music bimbo core.
I think there was one song that she did that didn't have to do with hating a dude.
And
I think
all power to her. All power to women. We respect women here, but. It was just kind of like, you're the only woman on this concert and all the rest of them are guys.
But, she had her reasonings for how she had her set up to with her band, so that, and another point I will dock off still is that there was no bass player. I know that, it's kind of unique not seeing a bass player. But to me, sometimes you gotta have a bass player to make your set complete, and I think that was missing from that band.
Yeah.
But then after that, we got ramped up even more by Polaris, and they were surprisingly really good to me because I hadn't never listened to them.
Yeah, no.
But whenever they got up there, it was, to say the least, holy crap. I was thoroughly impressed. I thoroughly enjoyed their music.
Caleb, to give you a point of perspective, have you ever heard of the Amity Affliction?
Yeah.
They're predominantly heavy. There's a lot of screams, but then there was sometimes singing in like the chorus.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm talking about from the get go. Me and Rich were stank facing. I'm talking about we were like, "Geez," like
It was a good vibe, Phil. You kept him beat with it, with like your rocks or your head banging. Like you kept with it because it was pretty dang good.
and we got some circle pits. We got some wall of deaths. Like it was nice.
It was fun to watch. Now listen, for our audience, no, we were not a part of it. We was up at the very top in
They called it they're rafters, so they're like metal, not metal, but like concrete.
no,
concrete.
they were concrete.
They're like concrete seats, risers, not rafters, risers.
But don't get me wrong. Like, sure, we was far back, but it was still a really good view.
It's not a big venue. I mean, it's not a huge venue. It's a big venue, but not a huge venue.
It's a good medium large.
It's definitely a great place to see a concert at. Like, no doubt.
Yeah.
The acoustics in that place were phenomenal, and the distance and the acoustics definitely like carried throughout the whole thing. So there was no problem with that.
And then after, obviously Electric Callboy comes out, the build up to them coming out was phenomenal.
We had some dudes. We had some dudes in banana suits in the pit.
There was a heavier set guy in a full suit
Full tuxedo.
in the pit.
People were slinging water, hats, glow sticks, you name
Pineapple.
it. Pineapple.
Apparently there's a shark there, a dude dressed up as a shark there.
It's just Callboy put on one heck of a show, man. I'm talking about no hits. I mean, banger after banger after banger. They just kept going.
Also, quick shout out to the music that they would play during the middle of every set, because it was rock music, but it was remixed.
Like an EDM
so
remix.
To include EDM music. So, it was just a great, fun, upbeat sound the whole time. During the middle of Electric Cowboy's performance, they had a
big EDM
rave sesh.
It was crazy. It was crazy. I even looked over at Ridge and I was like, I can't believe we're having an EDM breakdown session in the middle of a concert. I'm talking about they just had a dude come out there with the mix table and they were out there with him singing the songs because they did. It was like a remix to all the small things.
No.
I know one of them was Bodies.
It might have been All the Small Things, now that you say it. I
Uh,
know Bodies was one of them.
Then they did.
I can't remember them all.
What's the name of that one song they do, Ridge? That German song?
Which German song?
The one.
I don't narrow it down.
The one oh so it was Huracan, Overkill, All the Small Things, and Bodies. It was like a big EDM set of those 4 songs.
We learned how to do the German dancing.
Yeah, dude, I swear, that's the one thing I kept trying not to laugh at. It's like every now and then you'd see them, they'd be doing the moves, but it's like that's their thing, though. And when you watch the music videos, that's how they're doing it. So it was just like, dude, it was so surreal just because it's like I've been watching them ever since Ridge, introduced them to me, and that was the one thing. It's like, bro, they're exactly the same. Like, and they're hilarious. They're hilarious too.
It was a great time.
Yeah.
All around, to say the least. I cannot wait for them to come back to America again. Hopefully, they come back to Nashville. That was their first time in Nashville. So hopefully they'll come back to Nashville. That, or maybe they'll come closer to like Knoxville. That'd be real cool.
And I will have to say, it was the one cool thing that I think me and Ridge really agreed on was when they did Ratata, and during the baby metal parts, they had like baby metal up on the screen. Like they didn't like just not include them in it, so it was cool to see that. But,
it was just a cool concert overall.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
Glad y'all had fun.
Oh, and one last funny thing that I have to bring up. on the trip. When we were driving back, we had a transfer truck tire blow right beside us. I'm talking about right beside Ridge on the.
We're just chilling.
You're like, oh,
Slade is in the fast lane, so it's right beside of my ear. Just about, it seemed like.
And we were just chit chatting.
We're just chatting it up, relaxing, and then out of nowhere you hear,
It was a boom,
and I mean, jumped out of my skin just about. Freaking had a mini heart attack over that happening. Slater's laughing, I'm laughing.
I forgot to go to this picture. I'm stupid.
It was a greatly bad fun moment, to say the least.
well, at least you didn't almost slide off of a bridge. He's trying to leave Cincinnati.
That's true.
That's arguably worse.
I heard about y'all's time going up, and
when it
That
started,
was so terrifying,
It started to rain, and Ridge was like, "Well, at least you got the new tires, right?"
yeah, I had to bring that up and make sure that he had the new tires.
But
I will say one other thing, especially since you just here recently brought this photo up, Slater.
I meant to switch it before, but I forgot. My bad.
Going back to this concert real quick, it was real fun watching the drum solo.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was I know it's not to everybody's the best drumming. That was some of the best drumming I've heard.
Yeah, so the way they had it, Caleb and everybody listening, is like you see the robot right here in the middle of the screen. Between certain songs, the robot would come up and it would show like a hint to what the next song was. But there was one time when they did the drum solo, this robot came up and these drum pads popped up around it, and the drummer Frank right here, he came out and the robot would do a certain drum pattern, he would do it back, and they'd do different drum patterns that go back and forth, and they just
like dueling drums.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It was awesome, and then he just got into his own kind of more so solo freestyle, I guess, more so.
And they did a half acoustic version of the "Every Time We Touch" song that they do.
Yep.
I mean, it's a cover of a cover of a cover of a cover, but it was cool because they started it on a piano. Then at the end of it, they went to the stage and finished it off.
We also had the song by Sum 41. I can't think of it right now.
Still Waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They do.
That was fun.
They do a new cover of that on their new album. So yeah, that was a good time. But yeah, everything was great. We can't wait to see Callboy again next time. We gotta take everybody that's in the pod with us to experience it, and
every subscriber we have to take.
Every subscriber.
Everyone's a subscriber. If you're not, you better become a subscriber, because by next Electric Callboy concert, we're going to be handing out tickets to everybody. I'm just kidding. That would cost more than an arm and leg at this point, and I'm struggling as is with one of my arms right now, so I don't think it'll be worth as much.
I'm just saying, if you're not on the techno train, you need to hop on it.
Yeah, if you are on the Electric Callboy train and listening to Electric Callboy, do yourself a favor, listen to them. If you've never got into rock, but you've gotten into maybe your upbeat music like your techno, maybe, get into Electric Callboy. It is a great genre, well, to me personally, and this can be argued slightly to different people, sure. If you are going to get your kid into rock music,
oh yeah,
this is the band to start them off on.
Yeah.
There were kids that are close to my kid's age at that concert. I just got done not that long ago, I think it was today, seeing a poster where there was a 4-year-old. It was his first concert. He was singing his heart out and just vibing to the concert going on. 4 years old.
Yeah, there's a bunch of kids there just getting it, dude, in full
They
get-ups. In full get-ups with the mullets and the neon clothing, and they were getting it, man. But it was
definitely a concert for everyone.
But while we're on the topic of Nashville, we got some big news as we were heading to Nashville. It seems that in 2030, Nashville will officially be hosting the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, me and Ridge saw the stadium when we were pulling into Nashville, and good golly, that thing is huge.
That's a monster of a stadium.
It is
Like
massive.
just comparing the new stadium versus Nissan Stadium that's right there right now. Holy crap, that thing. It just looks like you got a super, like if you had a cartoon character is the best way I can describe it. A cartoon character is you got a little, like a slightly beefed up guy, not super big or anything, and then right beside or right behind him is standing this dude that's a little bit taller, but a lot more wider and a lot beefier of a dude standing right behind that thing because, like I said, it is just an absolute monster of a stadium.
When you look at it from overhead, it doesn't look as bigger, but man, when you see it in person, it's like, whoa.
I was about to say, seeing the just from a photo perspective of it and seeing videos of it, you don't really think of how massive this thing is.
Yeah.
It takes seeing it in person to take on and take it too. We never went up closer to it than at a distance while pulling into Nashville. But if we would have gotten closer, it just would have looked that much more impressive to us.
And we weren't that far from it. Our hotel was pretty much right down the street from it. So, but the thing is there was one funny thing that when we got to the hotel, we were chilling for a minute and waiting to go get some food before the show. And Ridge had it on the news for a second, and they announced that they were having a celebratory block party the next day on Broadway. And me and Ridge looked at each other like, we need to get out here early.
Well, I sat there and we talked about it slightly. And I was like, thank goodness we won't be here tomorrow night. At that time, thank goodness we're not going to be here tomorrow night because it is going to be swamped in Nashville over just a party. You want to talk about Nashville being a party place? They will find excuses if they are doing something in Nashville to party. It's not even nowhere near time for this Super Bowl. They just got told that they are going to host it in, 3 years from now? Right? Is that 3 or 4 years from now?
4 years.
4 years from now. And they threw a big old block party down on Broadway.
Yep.
I seen photos from that party, and it is freaking the whole street covered in people. All because of them eventually getting to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Jeez.
It's crazy though. I feel like this is the first time Super Bowl's ever been in Tennessee. I think so.
Yeah, will be the first time Nashville will host the Super Bowl.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty
Boy,
cool.
the traffic's going to be awful up there. You know it will be.
If you are, unless you're just wild and adventurous and can do it, sure, go ahead and try to enjoy it and be a part of it. But for me, I'm fine with staying my butt at the house and nowhere near Nashville during that. Because holy crap,
now,
that's a lot of people.
Now, when WrestleMania comes, you might have a different story on your hand, but maybe.
It's according to how the future looks of that promotion by then. I'll let you know.
I will say this is gonna be something to say.
Let's be honest, real quick. Even if WrestleMania does come, by then we probably won't be able to afford it.
No, probably not. No.
We won't be able to afford nosebleeds at all because nosebleeds will end up by then being $15,000.
Probably, especially in the new stadium because they're saying that this new stadium doesn't have a bad seat. Period.
Yeah.
So
I will say this too. Last little off the side topic with just the Nashville experience that we had. I hope our friends from the UK didn't get just absolutely swamped and made it back to a hotel.
We met some right when we got back to the hotel. Let me tell y'all, people, if you plan on staying at the Capitol Hotel and you're a fat guy like me, bring some climbing gear and a respirator. I'm talking about, look, man.
Brother couldn't make it up that hill from the... Okay, let me rephrase it for him real quick, Slater. Be honest, if you are going to stay at the Capitol Hotel and you have to go down to Broadway or over to the Pinnacle, something down on that part of downtown Nashville, that's when you bring the climbing gear and etc. If you're like Slater. If you're going to the Capitol, or if you're going to the Tennessee Performing Arts Theater, you ain't got to worry about it because it's on the same level of ground as the hotel.
I'm telling you, that hill down was steep, and that hill up was steep, boy. And the thing is, I stood up pretty much the entirety of the Callboy set for the part they told people to sit down. Ridge didn't sit down, but I did. But with my injury that I had last year, sometimes I have to sit more often. And honestly, I was surprised just by how much I stood during the Cowboy set. I was just into it. But that walk back, boy, I had to be like, Ridge, hold up, Ridge.
He kept on telling me, hold up. I'm sitting up there in front of him by a few yards. I'm like, dude, I'm walking normal pace right now. By the time we got to that hill, I make it all the way up to the top and look back. Slater's still halfway up the thing. Wanting to stop, I'm trying to motivate him. I'm like, dude, we are right here at the hotel. Come on, you're right here at it.
Well, the thing
you're gonna be all right.
The thing is, it was just so steep. I didn't expect it to be. I mean, I knew it was gonna be steep, but it was just like, dang.
I know. I knew it. I knew that was gonna bug you with it being steep like that. But
the thing is, I was just afraid I was gonna be hurting after the fact, and I wasn't, so glad on that. But
you're right.
I was big thirsty after that. So
we was right beside of we had to turn right to get into the small entrance way of where you pull in for your parking and everything.
Yeah.
And we was right there. And Slater is about to fully stop. I'm like, dude, don't you stop, because once you stop, you're going to be standing out here for about 5 minutes. Come on, let's go. We are right here at the door. I see the water. We get into that little entrance. Slater is still struggling. I'm like, don't be hurting yet, man. Come on, you're right here. The water's just on the other side of these doors. I'm surprised the security guard wasn't laughing at us.
By the time I got to the parking garage, I was fine. It was just I was trying to catch my breath because like I said, I'm a fat dude. So, but once we got into the lobby, I grabbed the biggest smart water I could find and a Dr. Pepper. And I'm talking about as soon as I got over there, there's this drunk British guy, and he's like,
we can't understand this dude, Al. I didn't even realize that the first dude was Brit, okay? I just thought he was
super drunk,
very intoxicated, and possibly broke or trying to ask for money out in the front of the hotel lobby right there. I had no idea what he was saying at all.
I realized he was just asking us how we were doing, because I did catch him say, "How you doing?" And I was, "Oh yeah, I'm doing good. How about yourself?" And he just kind of looked at me. Then after I bought the drink, I noticed Ridge was talking to the other drunk Brit, but he was coherent. And we sat there and talked to him for 10 minutes.
That Brit was a little bit better because he held his alcohol better, it seemed like. Not great, but I don't know how much they had to drink by that point. Enough to get one of them slurring. Super bad. That's all I can tell you.
But either way,
they kept on asking the same questions, too. And we kept on telling them the same thing. They kept on wanting to know, well, what's there to do around here? If I was to travel out beyond Nashville, what would you, if I could get a car from the airport and I wanted to go out and venture out into Tennessee, where would you recommend us go? They asked that question, I think, like 2 or 3 times.
They did, and like to them, we've told them Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg like 3-4 times, and they were just like, "Huh?" Like they didn't like.
Oh, that's west, right? No, we just got done telling you a second ago that it's on the eastern side. Well, how far out is that?
It was about a couple hours.
And like we kept, like Slater kept on saying a couple hours, and the dude was like still not understanding. Eventually, I pulled out my phone and I typed in how far it was. And I said it's about a 3-hour drive from here to there.
He asked us how old we was like 5 times.
Jeez, I'm like, all right now, man, you get a little creepy asking my age.
Well, we got to the point where I was just like, "Look, man, we just got done standing at a show for a good while, and we're ready to go chill out for the night." And he was like, "All right." Then we saw him the next morning, and I honestly didn't think he recognized us. But they did.
One of them definitely did, and then the other one did.
Yeah, the other one did.
But they didn't talk as much then.
But it was still a cool time, though. Can't wait to do it again. And if you're a big NFL fan, Super Bowl 2030, Nashville, yeehaw, fellas, yeehaw. All right, so we ready to get on to the topics of the show?
Yep.
All right, Ridge, you got some 007 information for us?
Yep. So according to, I've seen this on the John Campea show. John Campea had found it on another website. Don't ask me what website. I don't know. But the website got it from Kalshi, and Kalshi is a odds betting place where they bet on just about anything and everything.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you could bet on which celebrity's going to fart next there.
You could literally bet is it going to rain tomorrow, yes or no.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's anything and everything just about is on there. So, one of the things that's on there right now, though, is the top 5 picks as of now for the new James Bond. Because as of, starting this past week or past 2 weeks ago, I don't know exactly when, they are in the process of casting for the new 007 that Amazon's doing. So, right now, Kelsey has the top 5. Alright, so, starting with number 5. Number 5 is Henry Cavill.
Yep. Okay. I feel like that's a pretty on-the-nose pick.
If I didn't feel like they was going to do 10 movies of James Bond, then I would say absolutely.
Yeah.
But just due to how many they probably are going to make and just judging off of the past, I can see why he's not a top favored guy. Alright. Number 4 is Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Ooh. I feel like I'm about in the same boat with Henry Cavill.
I feel a little bit better about Aaron Taylor Johnson having that role just because he's a little bit younger and he does carry suave with him, and you know, he's played in just about anything and everything that you throw him in.
Right.
So maybe he can pull it off well. All right, number 3 is Harris Dickinson.
Okay. Yeah. That's not a bad one. He's the one that played David Von Erich in the Iron Claw. The one that's playing, the one that's playing John Lennon in the Beatles movies.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shoulder shrug for me. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Number 2 is Jacob Elordi.
Jacob Elordi.
Am I saying his last name
It's
right?
Elordi.
Okay,
It's like you're saying Lordy, but with like a slight E at the beginning of it.
sure, why not? Okay,
It's not a bad
but
one.
he's number two.
He's definitely somebody, if they're wanting to draw it out for a good while, he's definitely somebody that they could choose.
He's definitely on, well, like you were saying, on the younger side. So,
Yeah.
and more so like a slight up and comer a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
And then at number one is, and I'm gonna butcher his first name, Colin Turner.
Is it Column Turner?
Colin Turner.
Column...
How do you spell that?
Oh, Callum.
C-A Callum.
Callum.
Callum Turner.
It sounds like, or it looks
Oh,
like
okay.
Colin.
Yeah, I know that kid.
Wasn't he
And-
in the Day of the Jackal, the new one?
I do not know.
No, that's a different guy. That's a different guy I'm thinking of.
He's not a bad.
He was in
he's,
Fantastic Beasts series.
he's not a bad. He's not a bad choice. He's a pretty good actor. I'm just glad they're not trying to get Tom Holland.
All right.
No hate to
So-
him, but no hate to him though.
Lord have mercy.
So, just real quick, the two questions I have,
Okay.
and we'll just start it off with, we'll answer one and then go into the next one, okay?
All right.
Out of these five, who would you pick?
I mean, if you want longevity and like want to do like a lot of stuff with him, then I would say Jacob Elordi. One, he's a Oscar-nominated actor, Emmy-nominated actor. He's great. He's a really good actor. He's done some good work, so I could see him being the front runner of 007 and making that a big spectacle again. But honestly, I would at least kill to see at least one or two movies with Henry Cavill playing James Bond, just because I feel like that'd be a role that he'd kill. That's my personal thought on that.
All right, Caleb, same question for you. Who do you, out of the five that I made mention, who would you want to see play James Bond?
Honestly, I don't know.
Oh, come on now.
I really, really don't know out of all of those. I mean, I like Callum Turner. I feel like he's kind of got. I feel like he could pull it off. You know, he's got a pretty good reputation under his belt from acting, so I think he could pull it off.
Okay.
What about yourself, Ridge?
To me, just my personal pick, because I want somebody that looks kind of different. I would like to see Aaron Taylor Johnson get it.
That's not a bad.
I think
choice.
that'd be an interesting pick.
That'd be my third. That's for sure.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If they was only planning on doing for the time being trilogy of 007s, then sure, it'd be interesting to see Henry Cavill in that role. But thinking long term, I feel more so drawn towards Aaron Taylor Johnson than I do Henry Cavill on having that role.
Word.
So to me, that would be my pick, just for somebody that, you know, I think has good acting chops and has played in different roles. It'd be really interesting to see him take on a character like James Bond.
All right. So what's your next question?
So my second question is, disincluding this top five here, is there a name to you that you feel like should get looked at for 007?
To be honest, I'm not against them getting a different race actor to play James
Mm-hmm.
Bond. I think that's a cool. Like, I feel like that'd be a cool thing to see, just because I feel like we've seen the same type of guy play James Bond. But besides the guy Daniel Craig, because he was like the only blonde one out of all of them. But I think it'd be cool to see somebody like Aaron Pierre or Damon Idris play James Bond. Those are cool ones. Honestly, I would have been cool with Idris Elba, like a lot of people thought before, but I feel like his age is probably a big play into that reasoning why he wouldn't get chose for it. But yeah, that'd be my thing. Somebody like Aaron Pierre or Damon Idris. Or honestly, my third pick would probably be somebody like Liam Hemsworth. I don't think that's a bad choice either.
Caleb, what about yourself?
I mean, I like honestly the Liam Hemsworth. I never thought of that one, honestly, but I've seen that he took he tried to do pretty good for the Witcher series. He definitely kind of looked the part. So I mean, I guess he's not a bad.
He did what he could do for it.
Yeah, yeah. But it just stuck to the books a little more. There's no telling what we could have got.
Caleb, not Caleb. Ridge, what do you think?
All right. This is a wild curveball of a pick. Don't ask me how I came up with it, but it's just a random name that floated to mind for me. And I doubt he would do it just because of the long term contract that he probably has to sign, because it'd be multiple movies. What about Harry Styles?
Honestly, that's not a terrible choice. Because honestly, he can act really well. And I feel like he's got the swag for it. We all know that.
Right. I was thinking, if you want somebody that fits the bill of a young guy that has lots of swag, makes the ladies' heads turn, almost pop off their heads whenever they see him.
He would bring a whole new generation to 007 as well.
Right. I think that'd be a fun pick.
It really would.
It's just a matter of, would he say yes to signing up to do a multi-year film contract?
Right.
Because at the same time, his main thing is music.
I mean, even if they didn't, they could still probably get him to do the song for it, because that's one thing about the 007 franchise, is they always get a good singer to do the soundtrack for it, or at least one song for it.
And, I mean, that'd be a cool thing to think about, is that your 007, your James Bond also did the whole album or sung on the album,
yeah,
to his movie.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they just went back to Billie Eilish for the song. Heck, she's won a freaking Oscar for the last two, so can't blame her on that one. But nah, I'm excited to see some 007. I always liked 007, so
I'm ready to see who gets the role of James Bond.
For sure.
More than anything.
For sure. All right, anything else on 007?
That's all we got.
All right. So next thing on the list, this past week, I believe, Ridge, you can correct me if I'm wrong, we got the announcement that Sonic 4 has officially wrapped filming.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you guys hope to see, and are y'all excited to see it? Ridge, I'll let you start.
As well, I will go ahead and start off with this. As far as I know, that's whenever I seen the news on it too, which is Monday, before catastrophe hit for me. So yeah, Sonic 4, kind of interested in it. Probably not as excited as you two might be in on it. it's interesting. It'll be interesting on the routes that they go into this movie, and then what they do after this movie as well, to say at least.
I'm definitely excited to see it myself. Um, I mean, I love the first three movies. I love the last one. I was glad that we finally got Shadow, and a great version of Shadow. And we all know that Amy will be in this one, because the last credit scene at the end of the last one. We also partially know that the partial villain, will be Metal Sonic. So that'll be cool to see, or Robo Sonic, whatever you call it, I don't know. I'm just interested in seeing, did they bring back Jim Carrey as the villain, or who's the villain behind all of it? And I wonder if Shadow plays a point, because they made it seem as if he sacrificed himself and died, but one of the after credit scenes was his hand moving. And if they go in the route of the story, it's like, or the games, he loses his memory or something like that. And I wonder if they'll keep that, play that into his movie, or give him his own movie or series. So I'm interested in seeing what they do with that. And I'm excited to see Amy, and hopefully we get a build up for Sonic Heroes. Caleb?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the photo that they posted where they said they had finished filming, and just to see, the Metal Sonic and everything, I was like, that's what I'm interested in seeing, is how, big of a role that's going to play. But I do think I do think it's going to be weird to have Jim Carrey as the bad guy now, considering what happened in the last movie and everything. But I'm certain they'll find a way to kind of keep him,
From what I heard,
same.
What I heard, it might possibly be like a multiversal Robotnik, so that could be the thing, because I believe they are making it that Amy is from a different universe.
Okay, well, if that's how they're gonna run it, then cool. I do want to see Sonic Heroes. That would be awesome.
Everyone's going into the multiverse.
Yep. All right. Anything else on Sonic? On to the next one. All right. So this past week, literally, I feel like Monday or Tuesday, the trailer for Lanterns came out. The new trailer. Yeah, it's funny because the last podcast we talked about what we would hope to see in the next trailer for Lanterns, and we gave it a couple watches, and we watched it before the pod. Honestly, I'm more excited about it than I was before. I think the show looks great. I kind of get where you're going, Ridge. How Hal Jordan might possibly die, and that's how John will get the ring. But I feel like I can't wait to see the chemistry between Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler, and see how things pop off. And it looks like it'll be a fun show to watch. What do you think?
I'm definitely excited for this show. I'm definitely excited that this is the way that we're going with Lanterns. This is a lot better route than what DC of the past tried to do, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I know the questionable thing to everybody is the suit not being green enough and being too bulky. I like the idea of, your lanterns having different suits.
Yeah, for sure.
Because to me, the way I see it is what if, like, you're like, there's one lantern that wants a skin tight suit, but not everybody's a skin tight suit kind of fella, right, or lady, or alien creature. Some of us might want a bit bulkier of a suit to make us look like we're a bit more muscled up, like we have broader shoulders. Or some of us may want like the 80s look, or like, a jacket and a t-shirt instead of the main get-up that everybody else is in. Mm-hmm. To me, it's a cool idea to incorporate different Green Lantern suits.
I definitely,
So that
I definitely get what you're coming from on that.
so
Because he's saying that because I was one person before the pod saying the only thing I was kind of like questioning was the way his suit looked.
I mean, you're one of the voices I've heard. Well, not voices I've heard, but people I've heard multiple people talk about how the suits aren't, comic book accurate enough or aren't a particular way enough. But to me, I like to see it as well. Not everybody's taste in outfits are the exact same. Not everybody
Right.
enjoys wearing skin t- latex
Right. And
suits.
I get that. I get that. Trust me.
So it's a fun new way to go about comfortability in your superhero suit, if you will.
I'm
Also,
just excited to see what John's suit will look like. Just because, like, though I've said multiple times he's my favorite Lantern, I love his suit and I love his suit too. So
right. Also, the action looks great in this TV series, and the humor
yeah,
seems well on point in this series too.
absolutely.
Caleb, what are your thoughts?
I didn't know a whole lot about this series, but now seeing the little snippet that we've seen, it does look like it is going to be a really good show. I do like who they chose for Hal, or not for Hal. I do like who they chose. I've seen what was that show he was in, or
Rebel Ridge was
was
the
it? Yeah, Rebel Ridge. That was it.
Aaron Pierre. Yeah,
Yep, yeah. I saw that and was like, dude, like phenomenal. Loved every minute of it, and so I think it's going to be cool to see. I think it's going to be cool to see him bring this Green Lantern character to life. I do like the suit. Suit looks good to me. I don't know. I mean, I get people can complain, but I swear to God that so many people complain anyways as it is. So
I want to
at
highlight
this
real
point,
quick too. Go ahead, Caleb. Sorry.
no, I was just going to say, like everybody's going to complain about something, and but I don't see any issues with it. I think it's a good choice.
Okay. Just want to throw this out real quick. Slater, I wasn't thinking that you were complaining about it.
no,
Uh, like Caleb said, yes, there are people that have complained about it. But Slater, the way you made mention of it, it did not sound like a complaint coming from you. Like you weren't bashing on it or anything.
I'm just used to the suits looking a certain way, and it looks different
Right,
from
yeah.
what they usually look like. So that was my only thing with it.
Right. But I just want to throw that out there real quick.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on Lanterns?
Nope, just excited for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like everything else that's coming from DCU right now.
All right, Ridge. You said you got some news on Supergirl.
Yeah, just a small tidbit of news. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up too much on that. I got a great scoop on this. It's very simple, short, sweet, and simple. It's that Millie Alcock's Supergirl will be in Man of Tomorrow and apparently play a major role in this next Superman movie.
I definitely feel like that makes sense, especially if Brainiac is the villain.
Yeah.
I just makes me wonder what they're going to do with it because I believe we're going to get Wonder Woman in this movie. Then of course we're going to.
I don't know.
Now they cast this one woman and they're not revealing who she is, but a lot of people, even before they cast her in it, she was like the fan favorite pick to play Diana.
I don't necessarily know how I feel about. Well, kind of. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm taking back what I was going to say. But what I was going to say is I don't know how I feel about how we was going to get the show about. I can't think of what the people are called.
The Mascara.
Yeah, those ones, the Mascara, the mascaras, if you will. We were supposed to get a show about them first that I think wasn't even supposed to necessarily include Wonder Woman. It might have included her as a child. But
and honestly,
I mean,
even if Wonder Woman shows up, she might not even be a big role in it. She might just show up in an after credit scene or like a quick part in it. But,
right.
Which could set up the Mascara show and lead into her own solo film or whatever.
Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoy the fact that we're getting like these kind of one-off versions of the Justice League without calling them the Justice League yet.
Right.
But my only slight gripe, and this is like the lightest of gripes possible, when the heck are we going to get something to do with the DCU Batman?
I know, man. And I feel like it's probably because, we got the Batman stuff going on, so I feel like they're afraid to burn out people's wants for Batman, but
You can't burn it out.
no.
To the DC fan, you can't burn out Batman. All you can do is get us that much more excited. You've already announced, I don't know how many years ago, that we're going to get Batman. It's going to be possibly set around Batman Brave and the Bold. Hot dog, I want something else to do with the Batman. Or Batman, excuse me. Ain't going to call him the Batman because the Batman is the Elseworld story right now.
The thing that confuses me is like they've already announced that animated movie or whatever movie or show about Nightwing and Red Hood.
Yeah, the dynamic duo.
Yeah, so like how we got to get something on Batman before then, right? Like,
Well, I mean,
like at least
we've technically got something Batman already, right?
right.
In all technicality terms, for DCU's sake and being a nerd, right quick, technically in Creature Commandos, there is one episode, I can't remember which one it is exactly. I'm sure if the right person was in here, they could tell us exactly where it was at. But no one's in here that knows exactly where it was at. Certain episode shows the story of, I think it was, I can't remember which character it was. Is his name Dr. Phosphorus?
Yeah, Phosphorus, yes.
Okay. It was the story. It was his story. It was telling, how he got his powers, or what he ended up getting into. And it shows a scene of him. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, it's your own fault by now. It shows a scene of him at some nightclub in, I think, a pimp attire. It's the best way I can remember it. And they show a lightning flash, and it shoots up to this roof window thing, whatever, and it shows a silhouette of Batman. And that's it. That's all we've got of Batman so far. We need more than just that animated silhouette of Batman. I need to know who our Batman is. I need to see him on screen, and I need to see what the suit is right now.
Yeah.
Or as soon as possible. Preferably by Man of Tomorrow, if not sooner. To be honest, we have a great spot to show us, at least show us Bruce Wayne in Clayface.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Don't get wrong, I say that they'll fit in somehow in the background at least. Nod to the Wayne name brand, right? Of his company or of the manor. Something related to Bruce Wayne in the background as far as his companies go, or his tower goes, or the manor. I say we'll at least get that. I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably about a good 65% chance that we'll at least get that. And I'm going to say it's more so about a 5% chance we'll actually get to meet Bruce Wayne. But I wish it was more. because I really want the DCU Batman just as much as I do the Batman Part 2.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry for my little rant on Batman right there.
No, but you're right, though. I mean, it's crazy how we still don't even know who's playing them. Like, at least
it's
know who's playing
there
them.
for a while.
I mean, at least tell us that the script is done.
Yeah.
We don't even, as far as I know, we don't know who's writing the script to this. We know who's directing it. I don't know if he's the one penning the script too. But at least give me that.
Yeah.
We already got 2 Superman movies. We got a Supergirl movie coming. We got Lanterns already on the way. We'll have Brainiac. We'll have Clayface. There's a possibility of Wonder Woman. Where's my possibilities and rumors of us having Batman?
Maybe that's one thing they want to keep secret and want to surprise us with. I don't know. That's the only thing I don't know on Big Dog.
James Gunn, secrets don't make friends.
Just let us know, please.
Please.
DM us.
I do anything to figure out anything about Batman from DCU.
DCU.
Caleb, you got anything on Supergirl being in Man of Tomorrow and anything on DC?
I think it'll be interesting to see what her role is in the movie, since it's supposed to be a bigger part. But I do think it is kind of ridiculous that we haven't about where Batman's going to be for the DCU. And honestly, at this point, it's just like, God, is the world going to come to an end before we even get a chance to find out who Batman is?
Sure, hope not.
God, I hope not. It'd be
Right as we find out, the Lord comes
But-
back.
yeah, just
Right after we find out.
He's just like, really? We
I
have
wasn't ready.
Oh.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty much with y'all on that.
Well, fellas,
Watch us get Cyborg live action before we get in the
Yeah.
DCU, before we get Batman.
that means we'd get Robin before we got. Like if they did.
Necessarily no.
Well, imagine if they did a Teen Titans beforehand.
I'd be calling some people up.
I wouldn't be
Be
angry.
writing some mean. I'd be writing some mean tweets.
I wouldn't be angry, but I'd be big confused.
I'd be writing some mean tweets.
All right, guys. It looks like
Might throw in a few curse words.
we're flying through this episode. So why not we continue to fly? All right. So, Ridge, you got us some news on Avengers Doomsday?
Yep. We are finally back in talking about Marvel. It feels like forever and a day for us, even though it's just been one episode. So, there are rumors flying around, speaking of flying around, that there is a possibility that at least towards the end of the movie, maybe including the very last scene, that there are going to be multiple endings with different scenes for Avengers Doomsday whenever it comes out to theaters. What I mean by that is that you'll go there one night to watch Doomsday and see the ending one way, and see the battle one way, and see certain scenes one way. And then the next night that you go, it's completely different than what you just witnessed. And you're not even sure if you just watched the actual movie or not, because it's completely different out there at the end. And it just threw you for a loop. And then, of course, you go to another showing of it the third week, because you want to double or triple check yourself or double check yourself to make sure that you were watching that movie, and it's still something completely different. So that way it could be different with every experience, or at least up to a certain point, according to how much money you decide to spend on the movie and how many times you go to watch it. We have already technically kind of seen something like this too, with whenever they were showing the trailers for it, different snippet trailers for Doomsday before Avatar: Fire and Ash, where you would go one week and it was the trailer for, let's say, Thor. The next week it was the trailer for the X-Men. The week after that it was the one with the Fantastic Four. Completely different trailers, all in front of the same movie. So that idea is what they are talking about possibly being in the movies itself. What's your thoughts on it?
That'd be wild. That'd just be a drive to make me to go watch the movie in theaters every day I had off.
Caleb, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I don't really feel like spending that much money, but cool.
You don't feel like it, but you will, is what you're saying.
I mean, I might. So maybe.
Listen, fellas, I already plan on watching this movie at least 5 or 6 times while it's in the theater. So they ain't got to worry about getting my money and trying to get me to see the different endings. I'll already be there every day I have off. And every time I have a little bit of extra cash off on the side where I don't mind to spend a little bit extra so that way I can watch it. It's definitely a cool concept to think that you would have to go to a theater to see multiple different endings.
Yeah.
It would also be cool if, and I don't know if this is an idea that they have or not, but it'd be cool if whenever let's say it's just, I'm going to keep it simple and say that there's only 3 different ways it goes down. What if all 3 of those ways take place on different universes or different multiverses? Because it's all about the multiverse colliding together and these different Earths colliding together. And we know that there's 3 main universes that are all going to collide together. It's the X-Men universe, the main MCU, and the Fantastic Four universe.
Right.
So what if we get 3 different universes all colliding together, but every ending or every scene leading up to the end is completely different because it's on those different universes?
That's interesting. Yeah.
That's
what I was thinking too, honestly. Like if it is multiple endings, it'd be like different universes, and somehow when Secret Wars comes out, it just all collides together.
That, or maybe you have 4 different versions of it. So where you have the 3 different versions of on the different universes, and then the 4th version is you get to see it all from Doom's perspective.
True. That'd be wild. That's for sure. That'd be wild.
Like I said, either way, they're going to have my money anyways. So,
yeah,
you know, whatever you throw out, you bet your sweet bippy I'll be in that theater seat either way, and I guarantee you I'm going to end up seeing every single version that you throw out, even if you somehow manage to throw out 20 different alternative endings. I'll be there.
Absolutely.
And I'll know.
All right, we got anything
and
else?
then we'll come on to the podcast and spoil it all for everyone else later on after they allow spoilers to come out.
Absolutely, we will. That's for sure. All right, anybody anything else?
Well, hey, that felt like a long, quick episode.
Yeah, honestly, it felt longer.
Long quick.
It felt longer than
It
it
did.
was.
Thank goodness we didn't do another tier chart.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I would have been here for another hour and a half.
Good gosh almighty.
We're gonna have to plan those out. If we're gonna do tier lists from now on, we're gonna have to like take a couple weeks in advance.
As
to realize
fun as they are, as fun as they are not something to say that after we have 4 to 5 topics to talk about, to say, all right, we're going to throw this in at the very end.
Yeah.
Because we take our time with those and we sit around and debate. We chew each other out. We have fun with those. And it takes us at least another episode in of itself to get through a freaking tier list.
That's true.
So thank goodness we didn't do a tier list.
Well, if you made it this far with us and stuck through our rambling, we thank you for sticking around. If you ain't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to, what is it, Ridge? 150? We're trying
150.
We're trying to get to 150
by the end of the year.
By the end of the year, we're at 105. I don't know where we was before, but hey, if you were subscribed and wasn't subscribed, resubscribe. Grab your neighbor's phone, grab your mama's phone.
Make sure that you are subscribed if you think that you are.
Yeah.
Double check, because there's a chance that you might not be.
But we thank you guys for sticking around, and if that's it for the week, man, we'll see you guys next time.
Hold on. Slow down before you hit the end button.
Yeah, slow down there, sir.
I said that we was going to talk about this until we got there. We are in, what, August? No, yes.
No, we're in
last.
May.
No, I'm not saying what month are we in. I'm saying, is it the last day of August and then the first day or two of September?
For CreepyCon?
Yes. Is that correct? That feels correct. I know it's at the end of one month and starting into another month.
It's July 31st to August 2nd.
Okay, so I was off by a month. I was a month ahead, so let's back up by a month. So, in that timeline, we will be at CreepyCon. Good Lord willing, and we all are in one piece. We will be at CreepyCon. Even if we're not all in one piece, or at least for me, if I'm not all in one piece, you bet I'll be bandaged up in there. Just to, whatever extent I can be. Either way, it's to whatever extent by then how I'm looking. And then later on in September, I think.
Yep.
Is whenever we will be at the kickoff event for the Scream Chamber. It's the celebration of the 200th year or 200th anniversary to the house or the manor that this haunt is at. It's the 8th year of them doing the haunt, and we will be there at the kickoff event. We look forward to seeing everyone there. We're going to have a table for you to sign. We're going to have business cards for you to pick up, so that way you can check out everything that we have going on, even though there's not much on anything else that we have going on except Facebook. Bear with us. We try. We're also raffling, or we're not raffling off. We have donated, I guess is the best way to say it, 2 tickets to go through the attraction. So make sure that you put in for the raffle. I think, not 100% sure, but I think it is cheaper to get one raffle ticket than it is to get a ticket to go through the haunt. So it will definitely be worth it to you to sign or to get a raffling ticket. We'll also be going through the haunt. We won't be getting a live video of us going through the haunt, but we'll try to get a live reaction after we get through the haunt. Maybe while we're in line, we might get a live reaction of how we are feeling. There, we might just TikTok that one. Don't know yet. We'll see whenever we get there. And we'll be there all the way up until everyone's out. AKA closing time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I got. Sorry, I wanted to throw those last few things in.
No, you're good. You're good.
I said that we was going to talk about it till we got there, and by God, we're going to do it.
By God, we're gonna do it.
All right. Anybody got anything else?
No.
All right, fellas. Like I said before, subscribe. If you're already subscribed, make sure you are subscribed. If you're not, hit that bell notification. Subscribe.
Like button.
Like button.
I think this is the first episode we have not cussed a single bit on, by the way.
Don't tempt me.
Proud of us, boys. I'm proud of us. I'm
I'm
just
very
saying.
proud of us. I just mean, holy
All right.
crap, we did so good.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.